This is John Bailey, the epic movie voice, and you're watching CINECHEW's Top 5.
What is up, guys? I'm Sean with CINECHEW.com, and in today's video, we're going to run down the top 5 Sith Lords in the Star Wars universe. And just something to keep in mind, this video will contain Sith Lords from both the canon and legendary sides.
Number 5.
So number 5 on our list is Darth Revan. Revan was originally introduced in the Knights of the Old Republic video game and has become a well-known figure in the Star Wars universe. Revan was exceptional with a lightsaber, as well as his abilities with the Force. He also had the gift of precognition and was an exceptional warrior. Revan was also a master of telekinesis, using the Force to manipulate objects and/or beings. One of the coolest things about Revan, and why he's on this list, is because Revan could channel the light side and the dark side, and as a result, he can unleash the Force in its purest form by opening himself up to both elements.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4 is Exar Kun. Exar Kun actually started out as a Jedi, but after discovering forbidden knowledge of the history of the Sith, he eventually fell to the dark side of the Force. Much like Darth Revan, Exar Kun was a master with a lightsaber, but even more so, he was also able to innovate and master the double-bladed lightsaber, which had previously never been done. Also in his repertoire was Sith alchemy, in which he was able to create monsters out of the dark side of the Force.
Number 3.
Number 3 on our list is Darth Vader. One of the main things that makes Darth Vader so unique is that he was believed to be conceived by the Force, and upon being discovered by Qui-Gon on Tatooine, was taken to the Council to be trained as a Jedi. Unlike the previous Jedi that the Council accepted, Vader was thought to be the chosen one that would bring balance to the Force, considering his midichlorian count was even higher than Master Yoda's. Vader's fighting style was forced to change, however, when he became mainly cybernetic, with his suit impeding his style. He was forced to sacrifice his speed and acrobatic nature for far more precision and power, making his movement more robotic, but undeniably more focused. His suit was so painful to put on and off that every time he did, it made him angry, and so he channeled that anger into his abilities. Vader was also able to force throw his lightsaber while he was ignited in battle, and guide it with the Force to strike his enemies down. He also had precognitive skills, being able to sense the future before it happened.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2 is Darth Bane. Bane was the one who created the Rule of Two after finding an ancient Sith holocron from Darth Revan. He then went and destroyed the entire Sith Order to institute the Rule of Two, one to embody power, the other to crave it. Darth Bane had an all-out intense style of fighting, with his strength being able to overwhelm his opponents. While his strength was overwhelming, he was also adept in the Force, able to use his telekinetic power to shatter his opponent's Force shields. Bane was so hateful that when he drew on the dark side of the Force, his lightning ability could kill opponents on contact, leaving them charred. Along with his own hatred, he could also take the fear and pain of others to increase his own power.
Number 1.
Finally, at number 1 is Darth Plagueis. As the heir to the lineage of Darth Bane, he ultimately became obsessed with something that Darth Bane could never achieve: eternal life. Plagueis experimented constantly with ways to extend his own life and create new life. Some would even say that he was the one who created Anakin Skywalker. Although he was adept with the lightsaber, he was much more masterful with the Force. Plagueis could absorb blaster bolts being fired at him and turn it into lightning. He could also conjure Force illusions so convincing that they fooled his apprentice Darth Sidious. His Force Wave technique was able to atomize his opponents. He could also deal a Force Bellow so powerful that all he needed to do was clap his hands to turn any object into a deadly projectile. On top of all this, his most unique talent with the Force was being able to manipulate the Force to save people from dying. Alright guys, that will conclude our top 5. If you like this video, leave a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe. As always, I'm Sean with CINECHEW.com, and I'll see you next time.
Be sure to subscribe for more of CINECHEW's upcoming videos.